Okay, so today we're going to work on addition and subtraction. Some of them might have regrouping, some of them might not have regrouping. You're going to come up to the board and you're going to be able to do the work for me, okay? So I'm going to come get my first one. Come on up with me. Come on. You're going to do a problem for me, okay? Do this first problem for me. Can you read the number sentence for everybody to hear?
68 minus 34.
Okay, show me how you're going to do that problem. Okay. Do you have to borrow?
No.
No? Why not?
Because 8 is bigger than 4.
Good job. Okay.
And 6 minus 3 is...
Okay, read the number sentence.
68 minus 34 is 34.
Great job. Great job. Okay. Go on back to your desk. I'm going to grab me another student. Come on up. Come on up with me. Here we go. Okay. Can you read me this number sentence, please?
42 plus 90.
Oh, read that again.
99.
What's the first thing you want to do? No, you're okay. You're okay. You're just not using the diagram. Good job. Good. It's okay. Go ahead. Finish what you're doing. Okay, she carried her 11 over here so she could see which one is in the 1 spot. Now what do you do with that leftover 1? Okay, can you read the number sentence for me, please?
42 plus 29 equals 71.
Good job. Okay, go back to your desk. Good job. Let me move this up for us real quick. You guys are doing an excellent job. I need you to pay attention, Jalen, please.
Okay. What was right there? I couldn't see.
Ashton, if you can't get it, we'll get it later. Okay? We'll get it later, okay? All right. Next person. Come on up. Here on this side. All right. Here you go. Read that sentence for us first.
33 minus 14.
Do you have to... Okay, why are you borrowing? Just tell me.
The 3, you can't take away 3 from 4.
That's right. Good job.
13 minus 4.
If you need to, just step over here to the touch mats, okay? All right. All right. Good job. Can you read the whole number sentence? The whole thing. You start off with the problem first. 33.
33 minus 14 equals 19.
Great job. Great job. You may go back to your desk, okay? Have a good seat. Okay. Who's going to be my next friend? Who's going to be my next friend? Come on up. We're going to walk this way. Take the pen. Can you read that problem?
37 plus 16.
Okay, so is that addition or subtraction?
Addition.
All right, go ahead. Good job using touch points. read the number sentence for us, please.
37 plus 16 equals 53.
Good job. Hand me the pen. You may go back to your desk. Thank you. All right. Looking for my next friend. You're going to do this problem right here. Can you read it?
74 minus 15.
Okay, find out what 74 minus 15 equals. You guys are doing a great job listening and watching. Jalen, eyes up here. Okay, what do you do with that one? There you go. So can you read that number sentence for us?
74 minus 15 equals 59.
Great job. Okay, go this way. Go back to your desk. Okay. My next friend. You right here. Take this, Ruin. Read that number. Read that what's the problem?
53 plus 17.
Okay, good job. Okay. So are you doing addition or subtraction?
Addition.
Okay. Start with your big number first, right?
7 plus
And
3.
count on.
10.
Okay. Good. Okay. Good job. You carried that one.
5 plus 1 is 6 plus 1 more, 7.
Uh-huh. That's exactly right. Now, can you read us the whole number sentence for me, please?
53 plus 17 equals 70.
Great job. Great job. Let's move our paper down. We're ready for our last two problems, okay? And I have one friend left. Two friends left. Come on. Get on this stuff. Take the pen. Okay. Here, let me see something. Right there. There we go. Can you read that problem for us?
94 plus 20. 94 take away 24.
What's another word for takeaway?
Subtraction.
Subtraction or subtract. Okay. Now, by looking at your ones column, are you going to have to borrow from a friend? From your tens friend?
No,
No, how come?
because it's both minus.
Because this number isn't smaller than this one. Okay. Go for it. What's 4 minus 4? If you had 4 apples, if I had 4 apples, and you took all of my apples, what does that leave me with? Okay. Okay. Now, start with your bigger number, and then you're going to count backwards and use your touch points. What is it? No, 9, 8. No, 9, 8. Now read the whole number sentence for me, please.
94 take away 24 is 70.
Can you say it with subtract in there?
94 subtract 24 is 70.
Great job. Great job. Okay, I got one more friend to give me. Okay. Okay, Jalen. Come on up. Can you read this number sentence for me?
45 equals 20.
Not equals. What is the sign?
Plus.
It's a plus, or also called
Minus. Addition. Okay.
So what are you going to do first? 45 plus 20. Which column? Okay. Okay, can you read the whole thing?
45 plus 20 equals 73.
75.
5.
Good job. Good job. Okay, so today, five, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You don't carry one.
You don't. Okay. Come here, Jayla. Or come here.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Miss Frank. We don't carry. We didn't carry on this one. Can we do it again? Can we do it again? Okay. What's 5 plus 0?
5.
Okay. Are you going to carry on that? Okay. So now what do you do?
Put the 1.
4 plus. Okay, now read the sentence. Don't keep turning.
45 equals 20.
No, 45 plus
Plus 20
equals
9.
65. Okay, good job. Good job. So Miss Frank had a oops, but we caught it. Okay, so raise your hand when you know. What column do we start in when we're doing addition? Gracie?
Ones.
Ones column. What do we do when we have a number that's bigger than 10? What do we do? What do we do?
What we do is we borrow.
You
We don't.
not borrow when it's addition.
Plus 1.
You plus 1. You give your friend 1. So let's do this one again. See? 7 plus 3 is 10. And look. This is my tens column and this is my ones column. So I take my 0 and put it in my ones column. And I have this friend left over. Well, he comes over here to the tens spot. And then I add 5 plus 1 plus 1 again. So that's 5, 6, and 7. Now, when we're subtracting, if the number on top is smaller than the number on bottom in the ones column, you have to borrow from your friend. So you have to take from your tens friend, and he helps us out because he gives us an extra 10, and that helps us to do the problem. So let me show you again. See, this number is smaller than this number. So I borrow from my friend. This is a 7. I have to borrow 1 from him. That makes him a 6. I take my 1 over here. That makes 14. I use my touch points. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. And then now I have 6 minus 1 is 5. See how I borrowed? Okay, so if you're not completely finished with your paperwork, now's a good time to finish, okay? This is us doing our addition and subtraction with 2-digit numbers, and you guys did a fantastic job. Okay? You can hit pause if you like. All right. So how I differentiated this lesson for individuals or to this distinct groups of the students is I wanted them to be able to come up to the Prometheum board so that they could do the problem solving themselves. So if they ran into any problems during the addition or subtraction problem, that they were able to graph it out, or they were able to use the touch points on the paper. But that helps them just be able to come up and use the manipulative of this Prometheum board with their math lesson. Every student that was in the class today had a chance to come up and do one problem, and it was addition or subtraction problem with 2-digit numbers. They have worked on this before, but I figured that this was a great time to review it. And I knew that some kids were still struggling with this activity, and the ones that struggled with the activity were given a choice. They could either, and they know it, they can either do the diagram with the tens and the ones placed to help them understand what the place values are and how to separate them, or some of them actually came up there and didn't even do the graph because they're strong enough in this area that they didn't need to have to do the graphing for the tens and the ones place. Any challenges that I had, I will tell you that just planning this differentiated instruction lesson is a challenge itself, because you never know which student, unless you've already done the lesson in the classroom before, you never really know which student is having the worst trouble with that activity. So there was my challenge right there, because there's your challenge right there. It's because you don't know how far along some student is compared. And the reason I picked this activity was because I wanted to avoid that challenge, and I wanted to make sure that I knew exactly how this lesson needed to be done. They always need a review, because every day you're going to be dealing with subtraction and addition, and in your real world situations, that addition and subtraction is going to come up into this child's life all the time. And if they don't have this foundation of addition and subtraction down, their next activity, multiplication and division, it's going to throw them completely off. So I planned and implemented how to do this one today, and I handled the challenge well, because I already knew the students well enough to know which student I knew that was going to have the problem with it and which student was not going to have a problem with it. And so I kind of avoided the challenge myself. To change my approach in future lessons based on what I learned from this teaching experience is I would just like to... Okay, so how I'm going to change my approach in my future lessons is kind of have... If I pick out different lessons, I'm going to just go ahead and try to, figure out what the best is for my students. If it's something that they've already worked on, then I'm going to already be ahead of the program, because I'm going to know what extra worksheets I need to do. But there's always something that you can do. You can enhance, and you can use the enrichment workbook pages. You can do more hands-on from YouTube. You can go and look at Tompkins strategies for anything. There are plenty of other resources that you can go back and reteach a student that's having problem, either by a small group, either by doing a whole group, or doing it individually. Centers, I think, would help to teach a activity to students, just mostly because they are working with their other students on their level, so that they're able to understand, hey, this student is teaching me how to do this, and now I'm understanding it correctly. So that's my new approach that I'd probably do from this teaching experience, is maybe incorporating it into more of a centers. And that's how I would improve it. I really enjoyed this instruction and activity that I had to do, because the review that they're doing on their addition and subtraction, I have been able to see so many students go from where they didn't understand it to where they are right now, and they are doing perfect with it, and I really enjoy watching that.